December 1st is World, AIDS.
You see people don't use condoms.
You have to go out of your way to get AIDS.
Real men go without protection.
I've never met anybody who has AIDS.
It brings us closer to death.
We have like some dancehall tunes. They really are homophobic.
But that's just not a Trinidad and Tobago problem.
A lot of things happen in Carnival, pointblankperiod.com.
Welcome to Caribbean Kaleidoscope on Mikey TV. I'm DJ Steven, and look out for me on Entertainment Meet with Flash.
Hello, good evening. I'm Isoso, Mikey TV, Caribbean Talent Network. Welcome. This is the first ever Caribbean Kaleidoscope. We have a very special show for you today. Caribbean Kaleidoscope is a platform where we host and special guests meet to discuss issues. Today, we are going to discuss about the AIDS epidemic. The Caribbean is the second largest region affected by this disease. On a lighter note, we're also going to discuss about traditions and culture and food. I'm going to have everyone introduce themselves so we can get on this discussion.
This is Flash. Happy holidays.
Hello, I'm Cher, Mikey TV host. Happy holidays.
Hello, my name is KK. I'm a special guest. Happy holidays.
Hi, my name is Theodore Mark Martinez. Happy holidays. Thank you.
Hi everybody, this is Raquel. Happy holidays. Ho, ho, ho.
Later on tonight, we're going to meet with Miss West Hollywood. She is also running for Miss California. We have Mr. KK and Mr. Mark representing men of the Caribbean.
We definitely know that there's a high rate when it comes to AIDS in my island.
Why do you think Trinidad and Tobago or other Caribbean nations are affected by this?
Lack of knowledge, definitely. Lack of knowledge about safe sex. I mean, seriously, it shouldn't be in this day and age, but there is.
Did you go to school in Trinidad?
Yes, I grew up in Trinidad all my life. All my school life, definitely went to school there, and sex education was not a part of my
Okay, wow.
So, definitely knowledge base.
Okay, so did they enforce it in Belize?
You know, been back home several times to visit. I've always heard about the AIDS epidemic, and I think the number one problem is not only knowledge, but we don't like to get tested. Sometimes we rather not know than to try and know at all. And it's a global thing, but unfortunately in the Caribbean, because of medical reasons and education, we tend to act ignorant towards what's going on. It is a disease that kills us, and you never know. That person we sleep with, that we think that we're not going to get it from, that looks fine. Nobody gets disease from someone that looks sick. You tend to sleep with someone that's the finest person in the world. And bam, it happens.
You know, what I think is interesting is that Caribbean people are not ignorant. I think they just do it because they want to do it. In Trinidad and Tobago specifically, we're 90% literate, and I believe that most of the Caribbean is literate. We go to school, we have degrees. It's just not practicing safe sex. Carnival time, you get you know, you don't think about who you're sleeping with. You just want to have a good time and you want to last and for it to keep going.
What to keep going?
The fun.
Okay.
You want the high to last forever, that high. However, it's not at that sentence because we do have a lot of counseling and care centers put in place, like Queen's Park Counseling and Care Center in Trinidad. You know, they help mothers who have the disease and are having children, giving them medication and giving them milk for their babies after they're born, because as you know, through the breast milk, the disease can be carried. So it's not at that sentence. We do have things in place.
When I use the word ignorant, we could be educated and ignorant. That we all know that. When was the last time we all go to the doctor just to get a physical as men? We know as men, we don't go to the doctor as much as we should. We don't go to the dentist twice a year as we should. So it's something that we all, as educated people here, don't do even though we know. So that is ignorant in a way, as educated as we are. It's not a death sentence per se, but we got to recognize that when we get AIDS, it brings us closer to death. Because there's not a cure, we got to be more careful and let people know that, hey, if you get sick, you're setting yourself up.
But you know what? Cancer is not a death sentence either, and that's a very highly rampant disease as well.
Yes.
You know, even young children get that, and it's not a death sentence. Even if you don't have a cure, that doesn't mean that you can't live a successful and energetic life with it.
How about we get on to culture? What is the culture of our communities? What is the culture of the Caribbean? First of all, as you just said, Mark, that our culture is one where we do not even go to the dentist.
I was gonna
You
say
know,
that.
once or twice the times, you know, thank goodness we have good jobs. You know? But let's tackle the heart of the matter, the culture. First of all,
What's the
the
elephant in the
culture
room?
says, you know, in terms of, yes, we know about AIDS, but how do we treat with it in terms of our culture? Then the other part is, when we get it, how we deal with people who have it, so much so that,
Yeah, that's a big one.
so much so that
Prejudice.
it's shunned, we don't talk about it. You know what, quite honestly, personally, I've never met anybody who has AIDS. I honestly have never met someone who I know personally have AIDS. And so, even if we did, how do we deal with that?
You said something, how do you deal with someone who have AIDS? Do you know how you get AIDS? Seriously, I'm not joking. Are we here ignorant?
No.
Okay, so let's discuss and tell people, how do you get it? How can you not get it? Because it's great to talk about that
Get
too.
it by, sharing of drugs.
Okay, that's one.
Yeah.
Two.
Transition.
Having sex.
Right.
There you go, two.
Right, having sex.
Okay, what about kissing?
Kissing, you could get.
You have to go out of your way to get AIDS.
I disagree. Why? Because
Why?
I've heard people who say, I didn't really go out of my way. I trusted my husband. So you're
He said, or wife.
that's not what okay.
Or
So,
wife.
all right, yes. So we get to need to hear. We get to need to hear because you realize you don't have to go out of your way to get it.
Yeah, blood transfusions. There are people who have AIDS or received HIV from actually medical treatments. So yes, but I mean carelessly. In Carnival, when people are drinking and partying, and I personally don't really party and drink like that because alcohol does something to you and you may forget to put on that condom.
First of all, I don't get drunk.
You get tipsy?
Yes.
What are you drinking?
Or you get light, you get nice.
I'm drinking official Mikey TV juice. Now the thing is, I think people a lot of times
There you are.
they use alcohol. I want to say as an excuse because I think you're conscious of what you want to do.
It
Like
is.
they always call alcohol the truth serum, but I think it was an interesting point that KK and Jared brought up about carnival time. Is there something together with carnival time with fetting and promiscuity? I mean, is there something to that?
Just listen to the songs.
Okay, that's a song, but do you have, if everybody is of age and you have sound of mind and education, so because a song is saying something, you have to go do it?
With the alcohol.
With the alcohol?
content, All day for 2 days.
I honestly disagree. It's
Thank
definitely
you.
an excuse.
Thank you.
It is. I'm
Thank
telling
You know why? Maybe you guys who can hold your alcohol.
No.
I get that from my.
It's definitely an excuse because people, honestly, the amount of pregnancies you have back home, you see people don't use condoms. They do not want to
So
use
that's
condoms.
the question, why isn't,
That-
are they
that-
using something that's accessible free?
Because
That
they say it feels different.
they using
Wow.
they're using the culture. They're using that as an excuse because they don't really want to use it. So they say, listen,
Why
I
is
was
that?
drunk.
Why is
Or I
that?
was
They're not
That's
scared
the-
enough. They're
no,
not
that's
scared
the
enough.
excuse.
They're not
Why
scared
didn't you
enough.
use the condom? Oh man, I was drunk, I drinking punching or something like that, or the fat was nice, the DJ was nice. What I'm saying is to a certain extent, my thing is everybody has to be accountable and
For their
responsible
own-
for their own actions.
Yeah.
When that time comes, when the man and woman decides to make the decision, when they're gonna go forth to do that act, right? Evidently you're conscious enough to do that act. You're not that gone out of your mind that, oh, I don't know I was having sex. I didn't know that. You know what you was doing. Then all of a sudden, when something happens, when you get a disease or you get pregnant or something detrimental happens, then it's easy. You know what? Oh man, I heard this song by such and that's what made me do it.
Yeah, and
That's an
it
excuse.
also takes two to
Right.
tango.
I think one thing that Raquel was bringing up, which I think is key about our culture, a lot of, I guess you want to say, serious topics are suppressed. We don't really talk about it. Like you're saying, you get sick, we ain't going to the doctor, just go out the back of the bush, go rub something, and go sit down.
That's right.
We really don't talk about that. Now in this day and age, we're talking about like Shirley Ralph, she had an event 21 years strong. But even though there's activities going on like that, it's still prominent. We're still not talking about it. You got homophobia going on in the Caribbean, but it's still not talked about it. You're saying, why is that? I don't know.
So how is drug in the Caribbean? Is it a big, the sharing of needles? Is
In Trinidad and Tobago, that is a problem.
How does-
it is a big issue. I mean, people do it all the time. I've seen it with my own eyes.
what are they doing? I don't know.
Shooting up cocaine, heroin,
Okay, and they share needles?
and they share needles.
But that's just not a Trinidad and Tobago problem.
No, it's
Oh, yeah.
That's a global problem.
It's a global problem, but
I mean, it happens home. So he's speaking about it.
So
Yeah,
it
that's right,
happens
that's right.
everywhere. So again,
Yeah.
my issue is, I think it just boils down to choice.
I think what people need to do, I say in the Caribbean, like no matter what country you come from, I guess people have to be more responsible in selecting their partners who they choose to be with.
Well, I think, you know, I mean,
If
like
you're
you
gonna
said,
do
like you
that, you need to
said,
be more responsible with selecting who you're gonna be with. If you meet that person that night at the club, it's up to you to not get that intoxicated, just to make a sound judgment. Do I want to be with this man or
Okay.
woman? Let's talk about it.
Caribbean people, we're fairly very religious. And I think when you meet someone, don't have sex. I mean, if you do have sex,
it's that
if you
simple.
don't- But if you do have sex, wear a condom. If you want to break that seal and don't wear a condom, you do go to the doctor yourself. I mean, my last 3 relationships, I went to the doctor with the person I was seeing. You might not know that.
Wow.
But the person was like, no. So we went to the clinic together. We both got tested together. You know,
That's
and they give you within a half an
Wow.
hour.
That's
So,
the choice I'm talking about,
so she's like, you know, no, before anything happened, I gotta look out for myself. So, that make me feel good and make her feel good. And that lends a lot into what's going on. We need to, trust each other, believe in each other, but the people that we get it from are the people we don't think we're gonna get it from, basically.
Right.
So it's just about educating each other and being on top of things,
I honestly think it's all about still staying and being protected, because you could go to the doctor with the person and it not show up and they have it. It could be the early stages.
When they get it the next day.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is
so
true.
I mean, really, it's just about staying protected totally.
That is true.
But is protection enough? How are the condoms nowadays?
Oh, I got the pressure for
Oh, the condoms are beautiful.
a lady, right? Suppose she comes to you, oh babe, come on man, we don't need that. You don't trust me. How are you gonna respond to that? That's attacking the manhood at that time. Think about to jump off, and they say, babe, come on, we went that tested, well, you don't trust me now. That's the pressure us men have to deal with.
It's true.
When a woman try to chance you, what do you do?
Well, I don't bend to pressure when it comes to a woman. I mean, I don't have to prove my
You said that
manhood.
now.
Basically,
You said that nice
bend
thing.
up.
Oh, look at you. You get a little flustered over there.
I do that because I want to do it. But if you're trying to test my manhood, I don't care.
In the Caribbean, we do have a big thing with machismo, which is a part of
That's
the problem
right.
too. With our machismo being Caribbean men, we feel like we're invincible. All these soft men go do them things. Real men go without protection. So the thing is, in this day and age, how long we gonna be keeping that machismo?
Let's talk a little bit more about that.
Machismo, that's the same guys who are most of the time they're the one on the down low.